In this digital age, where the world is at our fingertips, we're dreamers, we're believers, reaching for the stars, yeah. With AI by our side, possibilities endless and bright. There's a future full of promise, and it's within our grasp. Oh, so let's embrace the power, the magic of AI.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. My name's Ekello Herod. This is the Future Fiction Academy, and we are having ourselves one of the best weeks ever. Hi, everyone. How have you been? It's been, since last Friday, since we had ourselves a live stream, and this one's going to be a pretty special one today. Now, have you realized that Raptorite is officially 1 whole year old today? I mean, last week, I think. Last week or something like that, in August of last year, we released Raptorite, and it really took off. Thousands and thousands of people have picked up that piece of software. And so we had started to back off of it because we were working with another program, but we gotta give the love to Raptorite because it's got some fun things coming, which we're gonna discuss all of that stuff tomorrow in tomorrow night's live stream, our marquee flagship live stream that we do. But today I have a guest today who has literally just started in this whole thing that is artificial intelligence, writing with it, and self-publishing. And all three things put together, this person has made 4 books in I'm pretty sure less than 2 months. Started off with a project that she had already, and then really got off to the races and did not look back. But before we get to that, I want to make sure you all understand that this and every other thing that we are doing here is brought to you by the Future Fiction Academy. If you would love to get into our mastermind, there is a gateway to the mastermind called the FFA Accelerator. If you would like to get into the FFA Accelerator, you will work on 2 books. Plus, also, over the 3-month period that you're in the FFA, you will get access to your first draft. And in having that access, you will be able to create another 3 books. So that's a total of 5 books. Or you could use on one of the books that you're working on, you could use FFA, your first draft for that. So it's a wonderful, wonderful value. Plus, you get free software like Raptorite. You get access to all kinds of weird things like Rexy 2 and all of that stuff. But you have to remember that if you don't want to get in the accelerator, which is, by the way, a $249 a month value, you can get our standalone classes, which include publishing, choosing a publishing niche using AI, easy peasy book machine, bend it, build it, and break it down. Romance Outlines, which is made by Harper, who is a absolute guru when it comes to outlining romance novels. We have translations, and as I said to you before, you will get access to your first draft. Your first draft is the premier program that you can use to write your first draft right out the gate. You will spend time with it for about 2 hours, and you will have yourself your first draft. But the best way to learn it is to get the boot camp, ladies and gentlemen, which gives you 5 credits for that class. You get a class and 5 credits towards your first draft. That means that you have access to not 20 chapters, not 40 chapters, but 100 chapters that you could build your next epic novel off of. So go ahead on over there. And the guest actually reminded me to make sure you understood that there will be a actual program that's ready and set up already in there for you that you can use to learn your first draft really, really thoroughly. But we also have something great going on. We have a 50% off code Blockbuster for 3 different courses. One is science fiction and fantasy building, which is $199, but right now it's $99. All right. Newsletter marketing, which is $199. Yeah, except it's $99 right now. And the author of AI Powered Authors Roadmap, which is a $99, wonderfully $99 class, is now $49.95 and $49.99. Yeah, $40. And I have the actual person who wrote AI Powered Authors Roadmap because she has gone on this journey herself. She has gone on this journey herself. Her name is Cassie. How you doing, Cassie? And welcome to the show. But before you get started, how have you been?
I've been great, very busy.
I bet. Hey, Cassie, we've got a whole bunch of people in the chat right now wanting to say hello to you. Hi. Hi, Cassie and Ekello from Rochelle.
Hi,
TC
Rochelle.
TC Fictioner says hi everyone. Tiffany's here. Hey Tiffany. Ray's here. Oh, and she knows all of your names because she works at the FFA in the back office, so she absolutely runs across everyone's names. Jude. Hey Jude. It's so nice to see you now. Yeah, girl, I could keep going on that. Zedekus, Zedekus, what's up? Hey, how you doing? STEM Explorers Academy, how you doing? Hello, Evie, good to see you. Oh, Tiffany says, yay, happy birthday, Raptor Ride. Evie says, hey, Cassie, and Jude says, hey, Cassie, to you too. How you doing, girl? You good? You doing all right?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous, but you know what? I'm excited. I'm excited to tell everybody about this course.
I'm glad you are excited to tell everybody about this course. I'm going to pull out my notes because I have notes on exactly the things I would love to chit chat with you about. And I want to make sure that I get to each and every one of those questions. All right. So why don't you do me a favor? Let's start out with you tell us a little bit about your background. What in the world did you do before this great change in your life of 1, working for the FFA, and 2, becoming a published author?
So before AI and before the FFA, I was a burnt out retail worker that was basically a general manager. And I had 10 lowly pages in Google Docs, and I had writer's block for about a year. And I had no clue how to get the story like that's in my head onto the pages. So I had the drive, but no system. So that's where I was at before AI.
One of my biggest things about artificial intelligence is how much it's helped my you said you're a bit of a squirrel. We talked about it before. I am like squirrel, really, really pretty bad. And I have to say, artificial intelligence has honed all of that stuff, all of those shortcomings that I had before are completely locked down now. I mean, I have a system. Oh my God, systems are so great. I never thought I'd like systems. I didn't even used to like lists and stuff because I would be like, you can't tell me what to do. I just go my own. I'll go my own way. You know what I mean? I'll go my own way, man. But I feel exactly like you do, where it's like systems. Gotta love systems and them working out. And that's really what this whole thing is. Do you Do you have pen names, or are you writing under your own name? How's that working?
I currently do have pen names, and I'm going to be establishing two more on top of the one I already have.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Pen names keep reader expectations crystal clear and my storefronts clear. Horror readers find horror, dark romance readers find dark romance. It lets me tailor my covers, my blurbs, and the tone to each audience without confusing the algorithms or the
Yeah.
readers.
And that brings us to the next subject. What genres do you like to write in?
Well, my main love is horror. I absolutely love horror, but I
Do you watch
am
horror
now.
films?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But
Girl, I'm too much of an old man. I can't be messing with that stuff anymore. But
recently I actually watched Weapons and I kind of screamed. So I'm a little bit of a pansy, but yeah, I just love it. I love the adrenaline rush.
I hear you. And you even like writing the adrenaline rush, which is very
Yes.
interesting and unique to me, is because I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I could put myself in that headspace.
Yes. And my other pen names are going to be more so focusing on domestic thrillers and
Hmm.
dark romances.
Oh,
Hmm.
dark romance. Now, have you written dark romance before?
I have never written dark romance. I've read a few and I fell in love with the concept. I I tend to write things that I like,
Uh-huh.
and if that I
That you like
find
to read.
passionate,
That
yes,
you like to read.
that I like to read, and I'm planning on writing them, and I'm researching as I'm reading, and that just kind of combines everything that I love to do.
Right.
So it'll be interesting, but it'll also be a challenge for me. But I'm all up for the challenge.
I I I'm telling you, girl, I write science fiction, but I don't know if I could write science fiction. I guess I could write science fiction horror. I suppose I could do that. A good old aliens movie, you know what I mean? Something like that, where they're on a bug hunt and that bug's killing everybody. I think I could write something like that. I have had I do write a little. Uh, my military sci-fi seems to veer off into that direction sometimes, because they'll get stuck on some planet and have a whole bunch of people like trying to eat them, or a whole bunch of things trying to eat them all the time, or getting killed, and you got to kind of be, jump scary about some of those things.
Mhm.
So yeah, I get it. I get it. What compels you to write, girl?
So books saved me as a kid. It gave me pure joy and an escape. But now I like to return the favor for everybody else. And like horror and thriller books, I turn fear into a catharsis with tight pacing, high stakes, and that pulse check in the end when you exhale and think, okay, I survived that.
You Catharsis.
Mhm.
It really did. So when you were a kid, did you like to be inside the house, or did you like to be outside the house?
I lived in an area where you couldn't be outside the house. So I had no choice but to kind of be inside, and I became more of an introvert.
The stuff you read, what's your do you have a favorite book that you love to go back to?
See, I have a tendency to never go back to any books that I've read because I'm like, I already know the plot. I already know the
Uh,
twist. It kind of gets mundane if I read it more than once.
mhm.
But I have learned that a lot of indie authors within the industry are amazing. And I love focusing on indie authors and reading their works.
Yeah, I have to imagine that it feels like it almost opens up a whole new universe, because a lot of times traditionally published stuff is very, what is the word I'm looking for? Curated, very
Mhm.
curated, very. intentionally tamp down on certain aspects of it, and you kind of want them to go there. Am I right? You
Absolutely.
and independent authors have a tendency to go there. I mean, really, really go there. And so that is very interesting. Um, so, all right, then, if you don't have a book that you'll go back to, what's the favorite book you think you've read? Or have you had anything that's jumped out to you and made an impression on you?
So I'm a very big Matt Shaw fan. He writes mostly splatterpunk extreme horrors, but um yeah, that's mostly who I tend to keep going back to. And I feel like it gives me more of that rush because of the fact that he does things uncurated.
Unmoderated.
Yes,
Unmoderated. Yeah.
and he tends to push things, and yes, he does publish on Amazon, but a lot of his books are off of Amazon because of the type of stuff that he puts in there.
So does he have his own website, and then he sends you to his website to
Mhm.
buy those crazier ones?
Yeah.
Oh, and Cassie and I are both taking a very intensive course right now called the Summit, which I did a whole bunch of advertising for last month. If nobody saw that advertising, it was a six-figure author is going to show us how to do a whole bunch of give us a bunch of wonderful systems that, as long as we do our best to execute those systems, that we can make become the, what did you call him? Shaw, what was his name?
Matt Shaw.
Matt Shaws of the world, where you may have some stuff that's on Amazon, but if you really want to get the good stuff, come over to the site and download the ebook or the EPUB or whatever the heck it is, so that you can put it on your Kindle. I'm very excited about that aspect of it, where I can put my edgier stuff in an exclusive thing, or even have a secret sequel to a book where, hear me out, Cassie. All right, so think about this. All right. And I've been thinking about this ever since he started talking to us about the multiple pen names and stuff like that. I was thinking that you could have a regular books in your series, but then have like in between books, so 0.5 books, where they don't affect everybody and you don't have to reference it in your main series, but you can have full-on adventures with either characters or the whole cast of characters that are in your books, and really go crazy on certain things, whether it be violence, sex, or situation, whatever that thing is. I've been, and like you, I've been too thinking about. I mean, Bad Evan's pretty intense, with all of the things that you get to learn and how you get to learn it, and he really does liberate you in the opening up the possibilities of what you could really do. You know what I mean? So I've been really excited about that. Have you been enjoying that class?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Like, we've only are like what, three
in.
classes out of 26, and I've already learned so much.
Yep, and you probably applied a bunch of it, because let me tell y'all a little story about Cassie. Cassie literally got Elizabeth approached her about maybe working for the FFA, and Cassie got into the classes, and Cassie came out with a book, and then another book, and then another book. Now, I want to know how AI has changed your perception of the way things should be, the way that we've been doing things, all of that stuff. How has AI done that for you, made you a different person, a different author, a different entity in this world? Do you deal with things differently now because of AI?
Well, I wouldn't be an author without AI. because I would have never published. I was stuck for a year. There was no way I was going to be able to write a full on book at that point. And I was so busy. I, was working at my retail place.
Yes.
And, then I eventually started with the FFA. And I have 3 dogs that are basically puppies at home, and I have to take care of them. And, I'm a
That's
busy
not even
person.
including your husband. I mean, your
Yeah, I know.
fiance, your own fiancé. Yeah,
He's
right?
basically my husband at this point. We've been
Yeah.
living with each other for almost 3 years.
Yeah, I hear you.
I've
Yeah,
already
but
seen things of him that I really regret, but it's fine. But
girl, no, you didn't. I'm like,
he's
I'm
watching
like,
this too.
I was gonna say, his mother's watching this, right?
He's watching, but I sent him a link.
That's too funny. So you wouldn't be an author without it. What other aspects of it has it helped you? It's helped me with my organization a lot. Has it
Mhm.
helped you organize? Has it helped you with your prose? Has it helped you? What has it helped you with specifically?
Everything. Like, I have an idea in my head, but I have this debilitating lack of ability to put it down on paper.
Mm.
And so the fact that I use AI mostly as a brainstorming idea, I'm like, what about this? And then I'm like, I don't like that actually. So
Isn't it great for clarifying what you don't like? And it gives you so many ideas. You go, I don't like that, but I mean, how many times does that happen to you? Because it kind of happens to me all the time.
all all the time. And I really love the fact that you can uh, gather research as well. So it's kind of like a all in one where you don't have to do research for hours on end. You can just kind of ask AI and just be like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the hottest trend, and it'll give you that information. And yes, you should really, look it up for yourself just to make sure that it is correct.
That it's not blowing smoke up your catussus.
Yeah, but
Catussus? That ain't a word. Catussus? Anyway, go ahead.
usually it will actually more so lead you to the right path, so you're not doing hours on end. You might be just doing 10 to 15 minutes of research.
Man, man. So what made you write this course then?
I really wanted people to feel like they weren't alone when it came to the initial start of of self-publishing for themselves, because
Mm-hmm.
it's an emotional roller coaster. And I feel that if anybody, nobody is talking about it, and the loneliness is very real, and you kind of wonder, like, is this normal? And I really wanted to normalize it and to not make it so taboo. Um, and to talk about imposter syndrome, perfectionist, and who am I to do this?
Right.
And also, second, I wanted to normalize that you don't have to put in thousands of dollars just to publish a book.
How about
I
just to start a business? I mean, this is what you're doing is you're starting a business, and
Mhm.
you can do it with very little money, and the ideas in your head, especially if you have a lot of them, which I have the strange feeling you do from a creative point of view. You have a lot of ideas in your head, don't you?
Oh, yeah. And ever since I started writing and I fed into
Hmm.
those creative elements in my brain,
Right.
it just started popping out.
Did you know you were this creative when you were
I
younger?
Yeah, I was a very artistic child when I was young, and I did a lot of creative writing, and I was always very good in, or very did very well in English. But I always veered more towards to the scientific element when it came to going to college, and unfortunately that didn't feed into my creativity. And it just kind of ended up getting cobwebs. So really writing kind of unlocked it for me.
So are you treating this like a business?
Absolutely. It is a business, but it's also a love. I am.
How nice is it when both of those things get to coincide? So you worked for a major retailer, right?
Mhm.
One, you didn't necessarily like working for the major retailer because there's
Mhm.
all these weird things that you have to deal with.
A lot of
And two,
politics.
right? And two, you were not making the lion's share of the money. You weren't making any of the money from the sales. You were just there as a hired gun to do those things. So why not do and be the hired gun for yourself?
And to do something that I absolutely love, which is creating stories and sharing it with everybody. And I love reviews. I love seeing the reviews that I've gotten and just seeing how many people have really enjoyed my books. That
Are your sales going well?
they're going pretty well. Like initially, when I put my book for free, it went really well. But right now, I'm just kind of trying to establish more of a following through subscribers. That's kind of
Mm-hmm.
my main focus right now.
And do you
Which,
have a website?
yes, I do. I do have a website.
Nice. And it's for the pen name, not necessarily for your publishing company.
Yes,
All
it's
right.
for my pen name. Publishing company will come later,
Right.
eventually.
I think so. I think so. I mean, once you have what 5 or 6 pen names, you'll need an official like we our such and such press. We have these artists in our stable of authors, and blah 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 blah. But they'll all be you.
Yeah, they don't know that. They don't
You
need to
know,
know that. It's
shh,
fine.
they don't have any clue. They have no idea that that's you. But it is you. It's you. It's you doing all of that stuff. Um, okay. Let me see here. I want to make sure that I hit everything. What will people get in the course?
So, what we start with is my 10 pages to publish story and timeline.
Yeah.
What changed, when, and why. Then we delve into the AI writing breakthrough, the exact process that
Hmm.
led to the 27,000 word in one night that I did, and how to create a sustainable and repeatable flow. Next, I incorporate the editing challenge, which is a 5 practical pass with prompts and checklists you can copy to strip out AI-isms and
Hmm.
sharpen your voice. From there, we cover covers and formatting using ideogram and Canva, switching to Atticus for a more professional interior, plus when vellum makes sense as a Mac user, and how to make your cover scream your genre,
Hey,
because that's super important.
I don't mean to interrupt you, girl, but you know what? I wish vellum was cheaper.
Oh, 100%.
God.
100%. But you know what? It's
It's
well
so
worth
good.
it.
It's so good. It's so good. That's the thing that's driving me crazy. Is it's so good. You know what I mean? That I'm
Mhm.
like, well, hey, crap. I guess I'll have to spend the and I think I'm buying it. I have a at a really good month, and so I think I'll be able to next month actually purchase vellum. But I watch Steph's versions of books. I see the way her books look, and they are just
Mhm.
for the FFP, the Future Fiction Press, and they are juicy fine. I mean, they
Mhm.
are pretty books. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. Honestly, that's why I switched to Atticus. Like, Amazon has a free
Hmm.
setup called Kindle Create, and I
Super
did that.
basic. Super
Super
basic.
basic, but it gives you the right format for an ebook.
Yeah.
But I have learned that looks are everything, perspective is everything, especially when it comes to your audience. You want to come off as a professional. So
Yes.
having professional formatting is incredibly important, which is why I think it's well worth the money in the long run.
Yeah, I just it's like $249. But in the grand scheme in the grand scheme, in the grand scheme of things, if you treat everything if this is your business, and this is what I keep trying to explain to people. I'm like, you want to write your first book, but what you really want is to have something that's sustainable in a business that you can, you know what I mean? I mean, it really is. You want it to be both fun, both fun and fulfilling, but you want it to make you money so that you don't have to work your regular job. You'll be working this other job. I have this wonderful friend named Olivia. You know Olivia,
Hmm.
Olivia, and she has just an array of books. You see, when I was at her house last summer and the book last spring, and the books that she had on her wall, the way you could see the displays of her. Oh my gosh, they were such beautifully put together books. But it is a business to her, an absolute business to her, and she doesn't compromise that part of the whole thing. It's a business. It really is a
Hmm.
business, don't you think?
Yes, it is a business. You are gathering research, you are taking time out of your day to figure out, how can I mesh what I enjoy writing,
Hmm.
and what people would read. Because if you want to continue to do something that you love, you need to kind of have some kind of, money going in and into it. So you're not putting out X amount of money and not getting reimbursed after. Then it's a
Hmm.
dying business.
Yeah, and you don't want a dying business. You want something that could sustain you and maybe even your family, or there are a lot of people who have such circumstances change.
Mhm.
People in their life pass away, they get divorced, they become empty nesters, they all kinds of interesting things that change in your life, and you want some financial stability that you would not have from literally standing on your feet for however long that major retailer wants you to stand on your feet so that you can go do that thing and only get paid the amount of money that they pay you. And it is honestly, if you ask me, it is because I worked for Starbucks for so long. 12 years I worked for Starbucks, and I never even thought to make, and even when I got hired to do theater, you be there for a certain amount of time, they pay you a certain amount a week, and they're basically, the same thing. And I never thought that I could wake up in the morning after having slept all night and have more money than I had before I went to sleep.
Passive income is a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful.
What in the world is that what's in other parts that are in the course for you? You're not necessarily emphasizing passive income, just the systems that help you get to the point where you can publish, correct?
Yes, yes, just the point where you just start, where you just click that button and you put a book out for people to read.
What's the next thing that you're going to be writing? And you can be vague about it, but what's your next big do you have a big project? Are you all right? So this is really the question I'm going to ask you. Really, the question I'm asking you is, in whatever pen name that you are creating, whatever pen name you're writing in, is there something major that you're going to be doing, or what is your ambition level for your next, say, 6 months?
Oh boy. Well, I'm going to get into series. I'm going to start thriller series, and they're all going to be family dynamic and relationship based. So, people can pick it up and be like, "Oh, is this the bad mom series? Is this the toxic dad series?" Like that's kind of the idea that I'm like really looking into. Um But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then also getting into dark romance and I'm just researching, seeing what I like, seeing what I enjoy, seeing what people like to read and enjoy.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna start doing series in those as well.
Wow. See what? Okay. All right.
Multitasking, sometimes I get bored with one book and then I start another, and that's you know
Yeah. I
eventually
mean,
I finish them and then I just have 5 books.
yeah, that is actually true. And then then you'll move on to some other new idea. And guess
Mhm.
what? And guess what happens, everybody? That means she's not bored and she's satisfied and
Mm,
she's happy. And
mhm.
also, on top of all of that, she's making some money. I mean, and I feel like this course probably will help all of you in that sort of making money realm. If you are really honestly serious about this career, and we used to get lots of criticism early on when we first started the academy about making the statement that if you're serious about your career, people would give us criticism. It's like, just because I'm not publishing doesn't mean I'm not serious. And I'm always like, I love you, boo, but this thing is a hobby to you, as opposed to we're honestly trying to key this stuff towards people who really honestly want to publish books, not necessarily all the time, not necessarily as a be all to end all career, but what happens if you've got that thing in your soul that nobody else has, right? And you get a chance to express yourself in a way that nobody else has, and because you're an individual, no matter whether you're writing with AI or not, you are trying to express yourself and the things that are in your head. You need systems. And what you can get is an AI powered author's roadmap. And you can get it for 50% off a coupon called Block. If you use the code Blockbuster and go to the Future Fiction Academy, there are links down in the description below. Go right over there and get yourself your hands on your future. You can just think deeply about this subject, follow a lot of the systems that Cassie has put out for you in the system, and have yourself a good old fashioned roadmap to the future. Man. And I mean, it it never ceases to amaze me how many people come into the academy and apply themselves with all of the knowledge and really get real results. I have I honestly, as soon as you start taking all of these courses and really get yourself deep into it, you end up like Cassie, who, all right, how long does it take you to publish these 4 books?
It depends on how much time I'm willing to put into
No,
it.
no, no. I mean, like, from when you initially was given the shown that AI can help you. When was that? April, May, June?
Oh, it was like mid-May. It was around mid-May.
It's the end of August and you've already published 4 books. I mean,
Yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And and uh and then felt compelled to write this course because you saw what it had done for you, what the systems and the all of the things that we've been teaching inside of the FFA has done for you, and you felt compelled to give back, which is really, really cool to me. I
Mhm.
honestly believe that that there are, I mean, there is at least another 5, 6, 7 people inside the FFA that I would love to see a course from. I'm talking about you, Gen BB. I'm talking about you, Gen BB. That would help people, that would help people create more systems and more ways to get through this stuff. Because what did you say? You hadn't done any of this stuff. before
Mhm.
this had happened. I mean,
Mhm.
you hadn't done any of it before this
Mhm.
had happened. And now with 10 from 10 pages in Google Docs to 4 books out the gate. And all of them are at least 250 pages long, y'all. These are real books, not fake books. They're all like if you're looking at it on your phone or on your Kindle, you're going to be reading a real story that's compelling from beginning to end and may even scare you.
And I've
Oh,
never used AI before at all, not even to make a list. I just never really got into it. Like I heard about it,
yeah.
but I never even looked into it. And ever since like getting getting told about AI and trying out Claude and trying out ChatGPT,
Hmm.
like now I make all these lists.
Yeah, and you feel like you're not overwhelmed by it either, because that can
Mhm.
be a real big thing where you get a whole bunch of information and you're like, I don't know what to do with all of this stuff. So, Cassie, this has been flippin' amazing. Thank you for joining me
Of
today,
course,
and thank you for
happy.
spreading the word, huh?
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for
Oh,
having me on.
no, not at all. I was very happy. And just so y'all know, Cassie was the one that said to me, she's like, I did do that course. Maybe we could do a live. And Cassie's not a live sort of person. She is not.
No, I'm behind the
This is,
scenes.
but she knew that it was important to get this type of information out to people so they could do what she did. I mean, honestly, you can do what she's done. And boy, this is going to be fun to cut up in Descript, because there's so many good nuggets that we had in here talking about stuff and life plans and different ways of doing things. You know what, Cassie? So when you have yourself your next course that you have come out, you're going to have to come on here and give us a wonderful update about how much your publishing business has blossomed. That could be the name of your next course. How to blossom a publishing business, or
Mhm.
the great blossoming journey of self-publishing, something like that. Not that I'm just giving away all the good names, but I am trying to give you some good names. All right. No, go. What were you gonna say?
Oh, something like maybe like update how my publishing business is doing within 6 months.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, girl, that's it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all brought to you by the Future Fiction Academy. Definitely check out our accelerator. Definitely check out your first draft, and definitely check out AI powered author's roadmap. And remember that you can get this course for 50% off with the code Blockbuster. You can also get the science fiction and fantasy world building uh, course for 50% off with the same code, and newsletter marketing with AI. You can get 50% off of that too. Oh, I've got a comment here. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Hey, let me see here. Here, let's see. Let's go. Let me see. What does this say? How has it been working on AI with writing in horror? Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially into the Q&A. How has it been working with AI and writing with horror? I have been curious about and want to start dabbling.
So it's a love-hate relationship because of the censorship, and specifically Claude or ChatGPT, like the regular type AIs that you would automatically go to. So I had to really learn and watch a lot of the not safe for work courses that the FFA offers to get into like more deeper horror, more gory, more bloody. But that's really what horror is all about, is just how it's also like how violent you want to get. So Claude and ChatGPT can only get so violent. So
Mm,
it's definitely a learning curve,
Mm-hmm.
but overall, like, Claude writes Dread amazing, and I really enjoy it. And chat can plan like there's no tomorrow. So it's been a different, I would say writing horror is different compared to maybe writing fantasy, more like a cozy fantasy of some sort, because of the particular violent scenes that you could have, and the types of taboo scenes you could have as well.
Mm.
But that's what I've been learning, and yeah, that's it.
Oh, I have a banner that's up here that I did not want to continue to be up here. All right, here's another one. I'll tell you, someone asked me what was my favorite Aliens movie. It would be the second movie, Aliens movie. The first one uh, is more probably Cassie's,
Yeah.
down Cassie's. You like one?
Yeah.
I'm a two person because it's really actiony. It has military and it's like military sci-fi sort of. I mean, it's all me. So I those two things definitely. Let me see here. Tiffany says, "Oh my God, I hated having systems and lists, and now I'm embracing them as of only a few weeks ago. I finally got some things figured out. Had to vibe code an app with my own for my own use, and very big very big tablet. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, it's and so the systems right now to me and systems right now to me are so much more accessible because of artificial intelligence and the ability that you I mean even Cassie, who probably doesn't have any crazy technical expertise in vibe coding or anything like that, you probably could get into it and do a little something yourself if you came up with an idea. You've seen Elizabeth do it how many times?
Mhm.
Where she's like, well, I would really like it if something would do this, and then you vibe code it a little bit to give it a basic structure so that you can show it to Joseph, and say,
Mhm.
actually, I want it to be something like this, Joseph, and he can not have to use his imagination so much and go, oh, you mean like, oh, okay, and all of a sudden this new system is created or this new thing um, is created because you decided to embrace the organization that that those lists and all of that stuff and those notes and all of those things that you think about give you. I'm enjoying the future. What's your age range?
Oh, for my books?
No, your name. I mean, you. Are you in your 20s or in your 30s?
Oh, yeah, I'm in my early 30s.
You're in
Let's
your
just go
early
with that.
30s. I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I was like, I didn't. I said, what's your age range? Yeah, okay. So, you look like you're in your 20s to be. If I'm gonna be quite honest with
I've been told I could be in high school.
you, I'm just saying. I'm like, I don't want to assume that you're in your 20s if I don't have to.
It's those
But yeah,
genetics.
yeah, Jeanette can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. And I just remember being around that age and thinking to myself, oh my God, there's so many overwhelming aspects to being a grown up. There are so many ways to get around all of that daunting grown upness with artificial intelligence nowadays. I'm telling you, y'all, it gives you the ability to be a business person. I was never a business person, girl. You know that? Shoot. I mean, bank accounts and and accounting and all of that stuff. Nah, I've never been that person, but it totally has changed the way that I look at things. What does this say here? I downloaded Raptorite a few weeks ago. I have my fantasy novel and novel crafter, but this intrigues me a lot. I have 200K first draft currently. I typically write and then ask Claude or GPT. I would assume you meant GPT as opposed to what is that GOT? What is
Game of Thrones.
yeah, Game of Thrones as opposed to Game of Thrones. To polish. And you kind of hit the nail on the head. Oh, you also got a props thing up here. Semantic said, "Well said, Cassie." That was probably one of the many times you were talking about the things that you've had to get through. Let me see here. Was there anything else that anybody else said? I have can't tell you how many nights. Can't tell you how many nights. How many nights she stayed up looking for the right awake.
AI.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've stayed awake looking for like the correct AI on Open Router just to see if I specifically liked
Is
a
Immortal
particular one.
Parrot your husband? I mean, your man?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Immortal Parrot. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And one is my favorite. What is talking
Okay,
about
alien.
aliens. And on that note, everybody, I want you all to go over to the Future Fiction Academy. There are links in the description below and get your hands on AI Powered Authors Roadmap. And it won't be $99. It will be 50% off if you go and use Blockbuster as the code to get it today. Let me see here. One more. Oh, hiya. Oh, see, hiya. Oh, 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 excuse me. I can't actually squeeze your little cheeks.
I'll squeeze it for you.
Is he in the house with you right now?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
downstairs.
oh, that is so cute. That is so adorable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Future Fiction Academy. We help people learn how to do all kinds of cool stuff with artificial intelligence. And those cool things are mostly writing. And you can write all kinds of things, novels, novellas, movie scripts, whatever your heart's desire. AI can help you get there. And if you want an education beyond belief, make sure that you click the links below and get right into Cassie's class, tons of other classes, or you could even join the accelerator where you will be in a mastermind group that is by far one of the best ways to learn how. All right, Cassie, how many times have you been in a mastermind class and somebody says something and it totally opens up a thing in your head and you go, oh, I never thought of doing that?
All the time.
All the time.
I'm learning something new all the time.
My favorite tip is I always tell people, I'm like, see all these notes? You remember how you used to like to write all those hand notes? Now you write all the hand notes and you take a picture of the hand note, and then you have the AI read your notes without you even having to transfer those notes. And then it'll try and guess what you meant by the notes, and then you can just go back and forth and refine your ideas right then and there. You could be on a train just writing notes, being old school as you want to be. I love being old school as I want to be, if I'm being quite honest with you. Oh my goodness, this has been a blast. Cassie, thank you so much for showing up. I told you it would only be 45 minutes, and now we're at 53.
It's all right.
And
it's bringing awareness to everybody.
And yeah. No, go ahead. You were saying?
Just bringing awareness to everybody and like letting everybody know that there's this course out there just to, inform everybody just how to start, because that's the important thing, is starting.
Yep. Oh man. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, she know what she's talking about. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice when you can get a course from somebody who knows what they're talking about? All right, everyone. That's it. My name's Ekello. This is Cassie, and we are at the Future Academy, and we help you learn everything there is about being creative and using artificial intelligence to take it to the next level. I hope that all of you enjoyed this little peek into a great course, and I hope you all like right now this video so we can get it out to as many people as possible. It's 27 people in this room right now. Go ahead on and like this video right this second, and I and Cassie will see you in class.
Bye.
So let's embrace the power, the magic of a symphony of circuits we will rise. With every bite we share a new horizon. We're the architects of the digital dream. There's a